Coach, seemed like Dante last year was kind of hitting his stride going in late in the season and had that injury. Just kind of how did he approach that, and how much more comfortable does he look now this spring?
Yeah, it was exactly what you said. He was, he had started to slide. Once we got him outside, he looked a little bit more natural. It was unfortunate that he dealt with that injury right after that transition. But he's picked up right where he left off. He's been consistent this spring. He's been playing fast. We're trying to make sure we watch his player load and his volume to make sure we keep him healthy. But he's competed at a high level. He's had really good energy this spring. He's done a great job of leading us as well. He's vocal in that room. A lot of guys look to him for answers and advice. He's done an awesome job of being able to be that leader for us, one of those leaders for us so far.
Brazel and Thornton look similar, I guess, both 6'5", similar body type, but they're playing opposite sides. How similar are they, and how different are they in terms of their skill set?
I think they're different in their skill sets, similar in build. For us, that entire room, man, we've done a good job, and it's a testament to Coach Heupel of getting longer on the outside. Like, you talk about those two, Dante and Brazel. You talk about Brew, who's coming back. You talk about Chaz and Caleb, and the addition of Mike and Braylon. Like, you got some real length at wideout. We've done a good job of being able to acquire talent, but also a certain body type that helps you win in this league. So both Chris and Dante, again, have different skill sets, but their length on the outside is going to help us create separation and win 50-50 balls consistently at this level.
Coach, you talk about acquiring talent. You appear to be deeper than you've been previously. What's the competition like? What's the competition level in your room right now?
It's high right now. We've gone, it's practice 8, and we've had 8 different rotations with the ones. Those freshmen have been in with ones. We're trying to mix up that first rotation with as many guys as we can to force that competition level to continue to grow. The talent's there, I think. Like you said, we've got a really talented group. We got to build consistency, and to do that, it's got to be highly competitive every single day. And those guys, old and young, have done a great job of embracing that, and they're taking it on the chin right now. They've been awesome.
Coach, what's been the physicality like this spring, and how have your receivers gone up against the DBs, getting separation, that sort of thing?
It's been physical, and it's good to see. I'll tell you this also, there's some days the defense wins, which you don't always like that as the coach, but you do like to see which guys will respond to tough situations. That's one of the things that, we have tried to put an emphasis on this spring, is putting our guys in more physical situations. Last year, I can't tell you if we got a pass interference call. Like, you're probably not going to get one. So we got to start practicing that way and not even anticipating it. Regardless of what happens, like, you got to go make plays regardless of who's draped over you or pulling you. Like, you won't get that call in this league. So that physicality piece is definitely something we've emphasized. And in run game, too, man, those guys, you can't just be a pass catcher. Like, whether I'm a true freshman or I've been here 4 or 5 years, like, you got to be able to be an asset in the run game. You got to be able to block your butt off, be a good teammate, and help the run game be efficient. And I think as a group, we've been, really good in that area this spring.
Kelsey, going back to Chris, you talked about creating separation, 50 balls, things like that. What else can he do in his game? He's not just a downfield guy, right? What else can he do that can fit into what you guys do on offense?
Yeah, Chris has got a unique skill set. He is 6'3", 6'4". He is loose like a slot. He's smooth. He can obviously make the deep catches. You saw that on his film last year. But he's really, really subtle and sudden in his transitions. Like, he's a big guy who has the ability to play small as well in tight spaces. So we're fortunate to have him. His presence here has been seen, and it's also for some other guys. Man, they're stepping their game up because they see that there's real competition in that room. So it's been awesome to have him.
What's jumped out to you about Mike Matthews at this point?
I couldn't hear the first part. Repeat that.
What's jumped out to you about Mike Matthews?
Yeah, Mike is, man, highly competitive, like super competitive. He hates to lose. He always wants to dominate, right? When he first got here, we had to control some of that because typically you won't win every rep. You're a true freshman coming into the SEC. So we had to control some of that. He was getting frustrated when he did lose, right? And that would lead to the next play. But, man, he's done an awesome job for one of competing, but two, like that kid's in the building every day. Him and Braylon Staley are in the building on their own every single day, getting extra meetings, doing walkthroughs on their own. Like they've kind of seen the way we operate here, and they jump right in, which is why they've seen some success so far. Those freshmen have done a huge, like, tremendous job of coming in here and just going to work. And they both have been, it's been paying off on the practice field for them.
Coach, obviously a lot of the success that your guys have depends on being on the same page with the quarterback. What have you seen from Nico in him taking ownership as spring practice has gone on, moving on from the bowl game?
Yeah, I think you just said it. I think ownership. Nico, he's owned it. He's taking accountability. He's kind of taking the bull by the horns. You see him a lot of times after reps before I can get guys and coach them up. He's pulling them to the side. They're talking through what they see and trying to get on the same page. So he's done an awesome job of doing just that, taking ownership. Awesome. Thank you, guys.